The Bulls are looking to defeat their Eastern Conference rival going into this one. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Here in Philadelphia, it's another home game for the 76ers. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
And right now for the 76ers, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yeah, you know, Greg, it's been a shame for their fan base, too, because they haven't really had much to be optimistic about to this point.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Chicago right now, Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's McDermott in at the small forward. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. That's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
And the shot is good. Gibson's got his first bucket in this one. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Inside, here's Noel, rejected by Gasol. Rose with the ball. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. And it's Noel with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Okafor kicks to Thompson. Launches a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Yeah, it's really plain as pound cake. They're the better team. I mean, they'll look to prove it again here tonight.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Now here's Rose. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. Here's Butler, and Okafor with the block. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thompson outside. It's Okafor atop the key. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Rejected by Gasol. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Here's Okafor. 5 on the clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Noel. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Rose kicks to Gibson. Gibson the screen. Here's McDermott, and the rejection by Noel. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. So we'll see Pau Gasol at the free throw line here. It's on Jahlil Okafor. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game, and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Rose attacking, and the rejection by Noel. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them.
And with the skill set that Powell has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Butler in the corner. And again, no good by Chicago.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
There's the pass to Okafor. Defended by Butler. And it's Noel missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Rose passes to Butler. Gibson the screen. 6 to shoot from 15 feet away. And again, Chicago, no good. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. From deep, Iverson. Here's Noel. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And last year, quite a rookie campaign for Nerlens Noel. He had the ACL injury he sustained in college. Missed his first full season with the Sixers. And like you've talked about, you know, he came back and really, with a flourish, made a mark his first year in the league.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of people wondered how would he bounce back from that knee. And I'd have to say it was pretty good. I mean, finished 3rd in the voting for Rookie of the Year.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. And Gibson kicks to McDermott. No good with the triple.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Now here's Iverson. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Orlando. Got a piece of it, but he gets it back. Here's Thompson. Tries again. Rebound by Butler. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Rose. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. No good with the wing jumper. The 76ers leading. He's covered by Rose. And that one's good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm. Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. Heinrich comes in for McDermott, and Brooks subbed in for Rose. And Boozer with the block. Iverson kicks to Covington. Good. And it's Iverson who picks up the assist. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Heinrich. The 76ers getting the bucket. Noah dishes to Brooks. Can't hit from in close.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Pass to Covington. Puts it up. It's hauled in by Noah.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Bulls have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Kendall Marshall's checked in for Philadelphia. Heinrich outside. Takes the 3. The shot misses. And Philadelphia the other way now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
Yeah, it was a major factor in the ball game. I mean, the more turnovers they caused, the more shaky those guys got with the ball.
And here is Brooks following the three-pointer by Kendall Marshall. Butler on the wing. Puts up a 3. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Butler. Brooks has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
He said a big key for them will be containing Carlos Boozer offensively, adding, he's a player who can spread the floor with his jump shot or take you down the block, and it's tough to match his strength inside. Defensively, they'll look to keep length in front of him and limit his offensive rebounding. Sounds like a good game plan, guys. We'll see how they do it.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Brooks. Carlos Boozer unable to get his shot to go. Over to the left wing. And the Bulls, another 3.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Pass to Holmes. Inside. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And now a chance to look at Jimmy Butler. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 20 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library, he lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
First free throw is good. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Stauskas comes in for Cannon. He makes 1 of 2 that time. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Now, here's Marshall. Aaron Brooks missing his last shot. They get the rebound. Covington kicks to Boozer. And he lays it straight in.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half. And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
The feed to Covington. Now the dish to Stauskas. Boozer up top. Goes back up. Chicago grabs the miss. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have. And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Brooks kicks to Heinrich. Butler on the wing. Puts it up from 15. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.